A pistol that once sold for under $1,000 is now trading for more than $4,000 on the collector market. That is not hype. That is not speculation. That is the reality of today's firearms market. While most modern pistols lose value the moment they leave the gun store, a small group is doing the opposite. They are climbing steadily year after year. Some have doubled, some have tripled, and a few discontinued models are now selling for prices no one expected a decade ago. Today, we are counting down 7 pistols you should never sell, because in 2026, these are no longer just handguns. They are assets with real market momentum. Number 7. Beretta 92 FS Inox. Here's one that flies under most people's radar, the Beretta 92 FS Inox. Not the standard black model, the stainless steel Inox. The 92 FS is already legendary. It's been the U.S. military's M9 since 1985, proven reliability, battle-tested. But the Inox, that's where things get interesting for collectors. The Inox features a stainless steel slide and barrel with an aluminum alloy frame. The finish is gorgeous, brushed stainless that doesn't show holster wear like blued guns do. This thing looks better with age, not worse. Here's why you don't sell it. Production numbers on the Inox have always been lower than the standard models. Beretta makes them in limited runs. When they discontinue a specific variant or configuration, values jump. We've seen this with the Vertec models, the Brigadier models, and it's happening with certain Inox configurations right now. The Italian-made Inox models are particularly sought after. Early production runs from the 1990s came from Beretta's Gardone Val Trompia factory with hand-selected components and more attention to finishing details than current production. Collectors know the difference. An Italian-made Inox with the Made in Italy markings commands a 20 to 30% premium over U.S. assembled models. Current market shows clean Inox models holding value at 85 to 95% of retail, even with moderate use. But here's the kicker. Original Inox models from the 1990s in excellent condition are now selling for more than they cost new. Some are pushing $800 to $900 for guns that retailed at $600 to $650. Here's another factor. The Inox appears in major films and TV shows, which drives collector interest. Think A Better Tomorrow with Chow Yun-fat dual-wielding them, or various action films where the distinctive stainless finish gets screen time. Pop culture exposure creates demand. The 92 FS platform isn't going anywhere, but specific variants like the Inox have a track record of appreciation once production slows or stops. Beretta periodically discontinues and reintroduces Inox models based on demand, creating market scarcity. When they're available, prices stay stable. When production pauses, prices climb. If you already own one, you're ahead of the curve. Keep it. Shoot it occasionally. Store it properly. In 10 years, you'll be glad you did. Number 6. Sig Sauer P226. German Mastershop /X5 variants. Not just any P226, we're talking about specific variants that collectors are hunting for. The standard P226 is a workhorse. Navy SEALs carried it as the Mk25. Law enforcement agencies worldwide trust it, but certain P226 variants are in a completely different category for collector value. First, German Mastershop P226s. These were hand-built in Eckernförde, Germany by Sig Sauer's elite craftsmen. Limited production, exceptional fit and finish, custom features like precision triggers, match-grade barrels, hand-polished internals. They came with test targets showing sub-2-inch groups at 25 meters. These guns originally sold for $2,500 to $3,500. Today, clean examples are hitting $3,000 to $4,500 depending on configuration. Why? Because SIG moved most production to the U.S., and the German Mastershop guns represent the absolute peak of P226 craftsmanship. The Master Shop also produced ultra-rare variants like the P226 X6, a competition monster with a 6-inch barrel. Only a few hundred were made. Recent auction results show X6 models selling for $4,000 to $5,500. Second, P226 X5 models, especially the X5 all-round. These competition-grade pistols were designed for IPSC competition, 5-inch barrels, adjustable sights, extended mag wells, weight-optimized slides. Production on X5 variants has been sporadic. When they're available, demand exceeds supply. When they're not, prices climb. Recent sales show X5 all-rounds going for $1,800 to $2,400 in excellent condition, substantially more than the $1,400 to $1,600 they originally cost. Here's the key distinction. Early German production P226s have West German proof marks that identify them as pre-reunification. These are the most collectible P226s outside the Master Shop variants. A West German marked P226 in excellent condition can command $900 to $1,200 versus $600 to $700 for a standard used P226. Standard P226 models? They're great pistols, but they won't appreciate significantly. The German Master Shop and X5 models, those are investments. Hold on to them. Number 5. Colt Delta Elite, the original 10mm 1911. And here's why collectors won't let these go. Colt introduced the Delta Elite in 1987 as the first major manufacturer's production 10mm pistol. Stainless steel, full-size 1911 platform, chambered in 10mm auto, the most powerful semi-auto cartridge in a service pistol at the time. The Delta Elite had a rocky production history. Colt made them from 1987 to 1996, then discontinued them. They brought them back in 2009, discontinued them again, brought them back in 2015. This on-again, off-again production created scarcity in the market. Original first-generation Delta Elites from the 1980s and early 1990s? Those are the ones collectors want. Serial numbers with DE prefixes from 1987 to 1996. Clean examples are selling for $1,200 to $1,600, sometimes higher depending on condition and originality. Here's something most people don't know. Early Delta Elites had different recoil spring systems and barrel throating than later production. Colt was still figuring out how to optimize the 1911 platform for 10mm higher pressures. Those early guns represent the experimental phase of 10mm development, making them historically significant. Certain variants drive even more value. The Delta Elite in hard chrome finish, rare and commanding premiums of $200 to $400 over standard stainless. The blue Delta Elite models from the first production run, almost impossible to find, worth $1,800 to $2,200 when they surface. Why the value? 3 reasons. First, 10mm has experienced a massive resurgence. What was once considered a niche cartridge is now sought after for hunting, backcountry defense, and competition. FBI history, with 10mm created mythology around the cartridge that drives modern interest. Second, the Delta Elite represents Colt's heritage. This is a Colt 1911 in a powerful chambering with legitimate historical significance. It's the gun that brought 10mm to the mainstream market before Glock even made the G20. Third, collectors value first-generation examples of any platform, and the original Delta Elites fit that profile perfectly. Just like first-year Corvettes or early production AR-15S, first-gen Delta Elites occupy a unique position in firearms history. Current production Delta Elites sell for around $1,200 to $1,300 retail. Original first-gen models in 95% plus condition? They're already matching or exceeding those prices in the used market, which means they're holding strong against depreciation and positioned for future appreciation. The market pattern is clear. As current production Delta Elites become more common, the value gap between new and original first-gen models widens. Collectors want the originals, not the reproductions. Keep it. The 10mm trend isn't slowing down, and original Delta Elites are only getting harder to find. Number 4. Browning High Power, pre-2018, Belgian production. This is where we start getting into serious collector territory. The Browning High Power was John Browning's last pistol design, completed after his death by Dieudonné Saïve at FN Herstal in Belgium. Introduced in 1935, the first high-capacity 9mm with a 13-round double-stack magazine, used by militaries in over 50 countries. Both Axis and Allied forces carried it in World War II. In 2018, FN Herstal discontinued original high-power production after 82 years. That single decision changed the entire market overnight. Before discontinuation, you could find Belgian-made high powers for $600 to $800. After discontinuation, prices jumped to $900 to $1,200 for standard models in good condition. Premium variants went even higher. Here's what collectors are hunting for. T-Series high powers from the 1960s with original ring hammers and hand-polished finishes. These are selling for $1,200 to $1,800. Belgian-made Mark II and Mark III models in excellent condition with original boxes and accessories are getting $800 to $1,200. Even well-used examples are holding at $600 to $700 because the supply of genuine Belgian high powers is fixed and shrinking. FN reintroduced a new high power in 2022, but it's a completely different gun. Modernized design, U.S. production, different internals. Collectors don't care about the new model. They want the Belgian guns, the originals. And here's the pattern we keep seeing. Vintage high powers with military markings, rare finishes, or documented history command serious premiums. A Canadian Inglis high power from World War II, $1,500 to $3,000 depending on condition. A German occupation FN high power with Nazi proofs, $2,000 to $4,000 or more. If you have a Belgian-made Browning high power in your safe, you're sitting on an appreciating asset. Don't sell it. 20 years from now, your kids will thank you. Number 3. Colt 1911, Pre-Series 70. Now we're talking about the holy grail for 1911 collectors, Pre-Series 70. Colt 1911s were manufactured before 1970. No firing pin safety, no collet bushing, just pure John Browning design with decades of Colt craftsmanship and hand fitting. These pistols represent the pinnacle of American gun making, before cost cutting, before mass production took over, before lawyers got involved. Each gun received individual attention from Colt's gunsmiths. Parts were hand-fitted, slides were hand-polished. The result? Triggers and accuracy that modern production guns can't match without extensive custom work. The market for Pre-Series 70 Colts is on fire. Clean examples with original finish are selling for $1,600 to $2,500 depending on year and configuration. First year 1911s, 1911 to 1912, in excellent condition, $3,000 to $7,000. World War I era Colts with military markings, $2,000 to $5,000. Here's what drives the value: rarity and originality. Every year, more of these guns get modified, refinished, or shot into poor condition. The number of all-original, excellent condition pre-70 Colts is shrinking. Collectors know this. They're buying every clean example they can find. Commercial pre-70 Colts with original boxes, papers, and accessories can add 30 to 50% to the value. A 1968 Colt government model in 98% condition with the original blue box, manual, and test target, that's a $2,000 to $2,500 gun all day long. But here's the critical point. Once you modify a pre-70 Colt, you've destroyed its collector value. No matter how good the custom work is, you won't get your money back. Keep it stock. Keep it original. That's where the value lives. and the appreciation trend is clear. Forum members and collectors report that quality pre-Series 70 Colts have outperformed their 401k plans over the past 15 to 20 years. These aren't just firearms. They're historical artifacts with proven investment track records. If you own a pre-Series 70 Colt in original condition, treat it like what it is, a piece of American history that's increasing in value every year. Number 2. Heckler Koch P7. This is the one that makes experienced collectors lose their minds. The HK-P7 is unlike anything else ever made. It was designed in response to the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre. German police needed a pistol that was safe to carry with a loaded chamber, could be drawn and fired instantly, and was completely ambidextrous. HK delivered with the P7's squeeze cocker mechanism. Instead of a traditional safety or hammer, the P7 has a cocking lever built into the front of the grip. Squeeze it to cock the striker, release it, and the gun is completely safe. Unique gas-delayed blowback operation reduces recoil. Low-bore axis makes it incredibly accurate. The design is brilliant and expensive to manufacture. HK discontinued the P7 in 2008. That's when values exploded. In the early 2000s, you could buy a P7M8 for $800 to $1,200. Today, try $2,500 to $3,500 for a clean example. P7M13 models with the double-stack 13-round magazines, $5,000 to $7,000. The ultra-rare P7K3 with multiple caliber conversions, $8,000 to $12,000 if you can even find one. The P7 has achieved legendary status. It's the gun collector's hunt for years to find. Why the insane values? 4 factors. First, discontinued production with no replacement. HK isn't making these anymore. Ever. The supply is fixed. Second, unique design that can't be replicated. No other manufacturer offers a squeeze cocker. There's no alternative. You want this manual of arms? You buy a P7. Third, exceptional shooting characteristics. Everyone who shoots a P7 raves about the accuracy, the trigger, the recoil management. It's not just collectible, it's genuinely brilliant to shoot. Fourth, association with elite units, German GSG-9, various police forces, special operations units. The P7 has serious tactical credibility. Market data from the past 5 years shows P7 values climbing 40 to 60% depending on model. A P7M8 that sold for $2,000 in 2020 is hitting $2,800 to $3,200 in 2025. The trend isn't slowing down. If you're lucky enough to own an HK P7, you're holding a gun that's appreciated more than most stocks, bonds, or mutual funds over the same period. Don't sell it. This is a retirement account that goes bang. Number 1. SIG P210 Swiss production. And here it is, the king. The pistol that makes collectors mortgage their houses. The SIG P210 was introduced in 1949 by Schweizerische Industriegesellschaft SIG in Switzerland. It wasn't just a service pistol, it was a precision instrument that redefined what accuracy meant in a combat handgun. The P210 was designed for the Swiss Army, but became legendary among target shooters and collectors worldwide. Hand-fitted slide-to-frame tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch. Barrels machined to match grade specifications, triggers that broke like glass rods. This was Swiss watchmaking applied to firearms. Original Swiss-made P210s remained in production until 2005. That ended 56 years of continuous Swiss production, and that's when prices exploded. Early P210-2 and P210-6 models in excellent condition are selling for $3,000 to $5,000. First-year production guns from 1949 to 1950, $6,000 to $10,000 for pristine examples. Danish military contract P210s with specific markings, $4,000 to $7,000. West German Police P210-4 models, $5,000 to $8,000. The P210 appreciation story rivals any firearm investment. These pistols originally sold for $400 to $800 depending on variant and era. Today, even well-used examples command $2,000 to $3,000. Excellent condition specimens regularly hit $4,000 to $5,000. Why are P210s worth so much? The craftsmanship is unmatched in production pistols. The slide rides inside the frame rails rather than outside, creating exceptional stability. The barrel locks into the slide with a friction-fit system that produces mechanical accuracy modern pistols can't touch. But here's what separates the P210 from everything else: documented accuracy. These pistols routinely shoot 1 to 2 inch groups at 50 meters with quality ammunition. That's rifle-grade precision from a service pistol. Competitive shooters used P210s to win international championships. Production variants matter tremendously. The P210-6 target model with adjustable sights, $4,000 to $6,000 in excellent condition. The P210-2 with fixed sights, $3,000 to $4,500. The ultra-rare P210-5 with lightweight frame, $8,000 to $12,000 when they appear. Here's the critical distinction. Sig Sauer reintroduced the P210 in 2017 with U.S. production. Just like the Browning high-power reintroduction, it proved that originals can't be replicated. The new P210 is well made, but it's not a Swiss P210. Different manufacturing, different tolerances. Collectors know the difference instantly. That created a clear market split. New P210s sell for $1,400 to $1,900. Original Swiss P210s in excellent condition sell for $3,000 to $5,000 minimum. The gap is widening because Swiss production ended permanently. Specific markings drive even higher values. Swiss military acceptance stamps, arsenal refurbishment marks, early serial numbers. These details can add $500 to $2,000 to base values. If you have an original Swiss-made SIG P210, you have a pistol that represents the absolute pinnacle of handgun manufacturing. These are the guns that established SIG's reputation for quality. They're historically significant, mechanically brilliant, and financially appreciating. Don't sell it. Not now. Not ever. This is the pistol your grandkids will fight over. 7 pistols. 7 investments, 7 guns that collectors are hunting right now. If you own any of these, you're sitting on appreciating assets. Keep them original, store them properly, shoot them occasionally if you want, but maintain them. These aren't just tools, they're pieces of history that are climbing in value every single year. Here's the reality. Firearms appreciation isn't guaranteed, but these 7 have proven track records. They combine rarity, craftsmanship, historical significance, and sustained collector demand. That's the formula for long-term value growth. The collectors who understood this 20 years ago are sitting on serious wealth today. The Swiss P210 they bought for $800 in 2000, worth $4,000 now. The HK P7 they picked up for $900, now $3,000. The pre-Series 70 Colt they grabbed for $800, pushing $2,500 today. And if you don't own these yet, start looking, but understand the market. Don't overpay for refinished guns or modified examples. Originality is everything in the collector world. Factory condition, matching numbers, original finish. That's where the value lives. Do your research, study serial numbers, learn to identify authentic variants versus later reproductions, join collector forums, talk to established collectors. The knowledge you gain will save you thousands in bad purchases and help you recognize opportunities when they appear. Because the collectors who bought P210s in the 1990s for $600 are laughing all the way to the bank today. The next wave of appreciation is happening right now with these 7 pistols. Make smart decisions, know what you have, and whatever you do, don't sell these guns.